Today I am reacting to the biggest Hollywood stars motorcycle collections. I really don't like the word expert. It makes me sound so...
But it sounds better than motorcycle fanboy.
I'm your expert in today's video, so if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. Let's go. Mr. John Wick. Keanu Reeves, he is a freaking legend when it comes to motorcycles.
And he's also really cute.
Nej, det skal du... Did you know he has his own motorcycle company? So this is where it all started with Keanu's motorcycle business. In 2007, Keanu had a Harley-Davidson Dyno White Glide that he really wanted to personalize it, so he actually got in touch with Gert Hollinger. And after the build, Keanu, he was so satisfied with the build that he actually wanted to start his own motorcycle company with Gert. But as you know, he had his own customizing company and he wasn't interested in closing that down at that moment. But I guess he changed his mind because in 2011 they both launched their new ARC motorcycle company. And who the f don't want to start a motorcycle business with Mr. John Wick? This is a 1973 Norton Commando 850 Mark II. And this was actually the second bike that Keanu ever bought, and it was in many years his day-to-day commuter bike. And this was built when Norton had their heyday and still was British owned. And as some of you know, Norton have had their huge economic crisis, and last year when they had this huge tax crisis, they were actually bought by the TVS Motor Company in India. This is a 2004 Ducati 998, and then it is a Matrix Reloaded edition. Because this was in fact in the Matrix Reloaded movie and was written by the actress Carrie-Anne Moss, who had never ridden any bikes before. So starting out on a Ducati 998 is pretty serious. The color of this bike is Matrix green and it just gives it a spectacular look. It is really a pretty freaking cool bike. This bike is a truly masterpiece. It beats the whole power muscle cruiser segment. But the thing is that it is only produced in 23 units. This is in fact the 2019 ARC Method 143. It is a 143 cubic inch motor with a carbon fiber chassis, and then it got these insane turbine carbon fiber wheels. And as far as I know, it is a company in South Africa that produces their wheels. It looks like they still produce bikes with Rizoma parts, so all the indicators, mirrors, levers, I think, is from the top shelf. I absolutely freaking love everything about this motorcycle, maybe except for the dry clutch, because why? Could you not see me on a bike like this?
Oh, think about the taxes we have here in Denmark.
I saw this video with Keanu where he's about to jump on his motorcycle, and then there are some bikers coming up next to him, and then they just stand talking about motorcycle for several minutes. It just really shows how down to earth he really is.
Exactly. I love the combination of him being such a great Hollywood star, but still like rides the bus.
He's just a freaking legend.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy.
So moving on to the next Hollywood superstar, which is... Personally, I'm a huge fan of Pink, and I've always said if I could go as a photographer on a world tour with a huge star artist, it would be Pink. No doubt, because she is just the coolest. And one of the reasons why she is the coolest is because of this. That is right, she is rocking on an Indian motorcycle. And as far as I can see, this is a custom Scout Bobber 20 that is actually built by her husband, which is a former pro motocross athlete, Carey Hart.
Do you know her age actually? Do you know how old she is?
I would say I was pretty young when she came out with the first album, but I would say like 45.
Ooh, she's gonna get mad. She's 42.
I'm sorry, Pink, I'm sorry. 42.
Like she would watch this video, but
she would, because this is
our fingers.
because I rock an Indian motorcycle. Of course she would. So moving on, this Scout has an 1100 cubic motor which performs 100 horsepower and 97.7 Newton meters. An absolutely good looking Scout built with a lot of details, and I actually think the color that her husband have chosen to this Scout complements the bike 100%. 100%. So what we have here is the Triumph Bonneville T100 with a 865 cubic parallel twin engine. I'm not sure about the production year, but my guess would be around 2008. It delivers 66 horsepower and have 52 Newton meters. Double overhead cams, and it is electronic fuel injected. 204 kilos of extremely good looking classic bike. Of course, you also have had one of these. This is a Harley-Davidson Sportster XL Iron 883. A super cool and good looking bike from Harley-Davidson that they don't produce anymore. I don't know why, because this bike was so extremely popular, especially here in Europe. A smaller bike from Harley with this little peanut tank, but an attitude bigger than the CVO Road Glide. Just like a Chihuahua, just cooler. Ryan is by far one of the most interesting actors in Hollywood at the moment, but beside of being a one-of-a-kind actor, he has a pretty unique bike collection. I don't know why all the Hollywood superstars have so many Triumphs. But here we go once again. This is a custom Triumph THRUXTON, and it is a custom build made by the Honda Cafe Racer customizer god Dustin Card. This is the THRUXTON 900 with a 865 cubic motor that has 68 brake horsepower and 72 Newton meters. In 2016, Triumph upgraded this specific model to a more powerful 1200 cubic motor. Again, a vintage looking motorcycle with a lot of details, especially now when it has been overhauled by Dustin Card. Okay, this is absolutely insane. This is the 2006 Ducati Paul Smart 1000 LE. And it is a retro styled looking motorcycle to commemorate Paul Smart's win at the Imola 200 race in 1972. It is a 992cc motor that has 90 horsepower and 91 Newton meters. Fully adjustable suspension setup from Öhlins, and it does take a standing quarter mile in only 12.3 seconds. And the history behind the original 1974 Super Sport 750 is actually pretty interesting, so Google that up after this video. After the video. This is a really special treat. This is a Honda CB 750, but it is custom built by Rakia Motorcycles. This bike took 7 months to build, and the only thing that is original is the engine and the transmission. The frame is custom, the headlight fairing is custom, seat cowl, everything is custom. And it is a really special looking bike with all this raw metal material that has been used to build this bike. And the overall finish of this bike is just so fine. So that was it for today, folks. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you aren't already, and if you're new here, welcome. So nice to see you. Let me know down in the comments if this is a concept that you like, because Hollywood has a lot of motorcycles collections to choose from. See ya.